Eric, a year ago in February, you guys were going through a real rough stretch without Isaiah. Had some really tough, close losses. This year, you're winning these close games. What's been the difference in winning these close games this year?
Yeah, I mean, I just think the guys are, first of all, they're playing really hard. They're executing. The timeouts have an inner confidence to them. I guess, the roles are, I think everybody kind of understands their roles, exactly what's needed. And we're a little deeper as well, Bob. I think all those things, have helped us in close games.
How gratifying has it been? Because obviously losing's tough. Losing close games, I think, would be tougher. And you guys are winning these really tight games. And these are against teams that, Mississippi State had won 6 in a row. Kentucky had won 8 in a row. Orange hadn't won at Mizzou since 16. Hadn't won a regular season game against Florida since 2013. So you guys are breaking some pretty long streaks too.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think like for us, it's just a matter, when we're going to play, A&M on Saturday, Bob, I think we're just worried about, I don't know, series records or anything like that. I just think it's how do we become better today at practice, and then how do we get ourselves ready for Saturday's game?
And one more on that topic. In the last 3 games, you guys had, decent leads, 8, 10, 12, whatever, 15. And then the other team came back and took the lead, but then you guys didn't freak out. You hung in there and then made plays to win the game, especially on the defensive end, getting stops. So what have you thought about that?
No, our when we need a stop down the stretch has been really, really good of late for sure. And I mean, I keep, I've said it, our players know it, like there's always going to be a game of runs. So, what happens to start the game before the first 4-minute timeout, if you get down, then people say you get off to bad starts. And if, you give up a lead to Florida, but then you close out with the win and win by double digits. It's like, I mean, the other team is going to make a scoring run in basketball. It doesn't matter who you're playing. That's why the games are 40 minutes, and probably why there's less upsets in the NBA is because it's a 48-minute game. And if you shrunk a college game to 30 minutes, there'd probably be even more upsets, just because, the length of game time, is going to kind of even itself out with the better team winning over 40 minutes for the most part. So, I think that our guys have done a good job, whether we created a lead and then the other team went on a run and then we've come back. I just think, there's been really good composure of late down the stretch of games.
Okay, I got a couple more, but I'll turn it back to Mike. Thanks.
Jason. You're muted, Jason.
Hey, Coach, your freshmen, how big of an impact have they really made down the stretch for you guys? And then where would you put them in maybe the list of the freshmen in the league, the 3 that have really stood out for you this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think that obviously, Moses, has been really good all season long. And I think Jalen and Devo have steadily, daily improved. I think they're still getting better. I think they'll be better in 2 weeks than they are right now. All 3 of them are hungry. All 3 of them work hard pre-practice and post-practice. All 3 of them are happy. Obviously with KK, it's just that he's injured, and that's been unfortunate for him and for us. Where they rank, I don't know, Jason, because I don't have all the other guys in front of me, so I haven't given that much thought. But I think all 3 of them have been phenomenal for us, and I think they're great freshmen in the SEC, and I think that you put those guys in any conference and they would be considered having great freshman years.
Jacob.
Eric, during this SEC win streak, you guys have had no shortage of national attention between, the ranking and people talking about the NCAA tournament. How do you get the guys to kind of balance, enjoying the national attention, but also focusing on just the next game and not, getting caught up in the outside noise?
Yeah, I mean, I think unfortunately, Jacob, you guys can't go down there in 10 minutes and 37 seconds and see. We're not going to go down there. I mean, we're practicing, man, and we're not patting anyone on the back, and we're not saying we've done, no one's taking a bow down there. I can tell you that. Like, we're putting on our hard hats and we're going to work, and we played well. I think, obviously our guys are on the internet and see what's out there, but we have 2 road games. It's really hard to win in the road in the SEC, in case anyone doesn't know. So those 2 on the road, difficult. We have 2 overtly really difficult games at home. So we have 4 games down the stretch. Each is going to have its own theme and identity of how those things roll out. But our concern is, how do we win against Texas A&M? And, not to worry about anything other than our 4 remaining regular season games.
Curtis.
Hey, Coach, I know A&M plays at one of the slower tempos in the Power 5, and you guys have proven that you can win some of those grinded out type games. But when you consider that and then them coming off such a long period between games, is there any added emphasis to maybe picking up the pace or the tempo?
No, I mean, I think they do a great job of playing the game at their pace. They're really good defensively. Miller, number 5, has done a great job on the glass and had a really good year. And we know from last year that Chandler, number 0, and number 1, Flag, and those guys can score the ball. And number 3, Jackson, they're all returners that played well last year. I think Gordon at the point guard, number 20's, a good basketball player. And Coach Buzz does an awesome job. We can try to play it at a certain pace, but you've also got to understand that if the game is in their pace, that you've got to be able to win the game, both styles of play. And so shot selection becomes really important. And that's one of the areas that I think we've drastically improved. You can't, if a game's a little bit slower paced, you can't take bad shots. You've got to make sure that your shot selection is really good, which is some of the stuff that we'll talk about today and tomorrow.
Hutch.
Yeah, Coach, I noticed Desi only played like 5 minutes the other night, and he's had a couple of games like that. Is that just kind of a matter of, he only got 40 minutes to distribute around, and Devo playing well of late?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you look at our team and Jalen Williams' minutes have gone up, as has Devo's. Devo's from the beginning of the year till now that, they've drastically gone up. And anytime a player's minutes go up, somebody else's, is going to go down. And, JD's minutes and Desi's minutes the last couple of games has not been maybe as high as before. But I think that's, part of the benefit of having a deep roster is, whoever's rolling on that night is probably going to get the bulk of the minutes.
Ty.
Yeah, Eric, you were talking about composure a little bit earlier, and you were just kind of laying out how Jalen, Devo, and Moses have played this season. I know KK got injured. With true freshmen, a lot of times it takes a little bit for them to get acclimated to the college game. And I know you guys had struggle early on in conference play. It doesn't help when you're playing some of the better teams in the SEC. Are you surprised how quickly those 3 individuals have kind of righted the ship and helped this team get on the 7th game SEC winning streak?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Ty, those guys have done a great job. And then I think that the calming influences for us, every game have been Tate and Justin Smith. Those are the 2 guys that in the huddles at halftime, when we talk about adjustments, I mean, those two guys are probably the, huge keys to our composure. And you would expect that from guys that are seniors. And then the freshmen have done a great job of kind of figuring out their own little niche on that given night. Moses didn't have a great scoring night last game, but he did a really good job defensively and played great team defense, and he drew extra attention from Florida, and that allowed other guys to have good games. Obviously, against Florida, Devo was a guy that really scored the ball for us. So I think it's, as with anything with the team, it's been really good team contributions all the way through.
Hayden.
You mentioned the. Oh, sorry.
Sure.
Hey, Coach. I think you're one of the few coaches in America who joined an SEC network telecast while your team was playing, and also your mom jumped on the broadcast the other night. Did you get a chance to watch that, and just what you thought about that? Your mom being on a SEC broadcast while you're coaching a game.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. Certainly, it's been well documented that she likes to critique me. So yes, Danielle did. Tape the broadcast, and I did get to listen. I know she got a shot in there, a jab in there about my lack of size and height. But yeah, I critiqued her on trying to be a little bit more positive about my stature. And so I listened, but I did think, we talk about composure. I thought she was awesome with a live mic. I thought she did a great job.
Scotty, final question, please.
Hey, Coach, we know Devo is quick and he's long, but is there something else to his game that you see that makes him so effective in the open floor and in transition?
I mean, he's just got a burst of speed. He's got good change of direction. He's crafty. He's got in and out dribble. He's got, he can lean his body one way and take the rock to the other way. He's just got really great one-on-one ability. He's got great deception, great speed to go along with it. And then he's unorthodox too. And I think that really helps him too. Being a lefty helps. But I just think he's got a great nose for the ball, rebounding loose balls, but he's also got a great nose for open gaps. Where there's a gap in a defense, he seems to find it and kind of slither through it. And then we just keep working with him on becoming a point guard as well. I think that's the next evolution to his game as we look kind of into the future for Devo.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Appreciate your time.
Thanks, guys.